There's an ancient legend that speaks of a temple that appears only once every 1,000 years. But tonight, against all odds, you're about to become one of the chosen few who finds it. What you don't know yet is that someone has been waiting for you there. Someone who holds the answer to a question you didn't even know you've been carrying your whole life. Welcome to this guided sleep story. Tonight's journey will take you to a place where the impossible becomes possible, where loneliness transforms into connection, and where every broken piece of your spirit finds its way back home. I'll be your guide through this adventure, staying with you every step of the way as we discover the hidden temple of dreams together. Before we begin our journey, let's prepare your body and mind for the adventure ahead. Find your most comfortable position in bed. Perhaps you're lying on your back with your arms gently resting at your sides, or maybe you prefer to curl up on your side. Whatever position feels most natural to you is perfect. Adjust your pillow so your neck feels supported and relaxed. Pull your blanket up to wherever it feels just right, creating your own cozy cocoon of warmth and safety. Take a moment to notice the weight of your body against the mattress. Feel how the bed supports you, holds you, cradles every part of you. You're safe here. You're supported here. And from this place of safety and comfort, we'll begin our journey. Let's start with a deep, cleansing breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Feel your chest rise, your belly expand. Hold this breath for just a moment, and then release it slowly through your mouth. As you exhale, imagine you're releasing every worry, every stress, every heavy thought from the day. Let them all flow out with your breath, leaving your body lighter and more peaceful. Take another deep breath in, and this time, as you exhale, allow your eyes to gently close if they haven't already. With your eyes closed, you might notice how your other senses become more acute. Perhaps you can hear the subtle sounds of your home settling for the night, or feel the soft texture of your sheets against your skin. All of these sensations are part of your journey tonight, grounding you in this moment while preparing you for the adventure ahead. Your story begins on an evening much like this one, in a small town nestled between rolling hills and ancient forests. You've been living here for several months now, having moved from the busy city to find something you couldn't quite name. Peace, perhaps, or purpose, or maybe just a place where the stars weren't hidden by streetlights and where morning came. With birdsong instead of traffic, the cottage you're renting sits at the edge of town, where the last streetlight gives way to countryside. It's a modest place with creaking floorboards and windows that rattle when the wind picks up, but it's become home in a way that surprises you. There's something about this place that feels right, though you can't explain why. This particular evening, you're sitting by your window, watching the sun paint the sky in shades of purple and gold. You've done this every evening since you arrived, finding comfort in the routine, in the reliability of sunset and the promise of stars. But tonight feels different. There's something in the air, a charge like the moment before lightning strikes. Though the sky is clear dot, as darkness falls, you notice something unusual. At the edge of the forest, where you've walked dozens of times before, there's a soft glow. Not the harsh white of electric light, but something warmer, more organic. It pulses gently, like a heartbeat made of light. You've never seen anything there before, and curiosity pulls at you stronger than caution. You slip on your coat and step outside. The night air is cool against your face, carrying the scent of pine and earth and something else. Something sweet and ancient, like forgotten incense. Your feet seem to know the way, carrying you across the familiar field toward the forest edge. With each step, the glow becomes clearer, more defined. It's coming from between two oak trees that you know well, trees that have stood there for centuries, their branches intertwined like old lovers holding hands. But tonight, between those trees, where there has always been only shadow and undergrowth, there's a path lit by stones that glow with their own inner light, each one pulsing in rhythm with that strange, compelling heartbeat of light. The logical part of your mind says this is impossible, that paths don't simply appear, that stones don't glow. But a deeper part of you, a part that remembers things your conscious mind has forgotten, whispers that you've been waiting for this moment your entire life. You step onto the path, and immediately the world changes. The temperature becomes perfect, neither warm nor cold, and the air itself seems to shimmer with possibility. The glowing stones beneath your feet feel warm through your shoes, and with each step you feel more awake and more dreamlike at the same time. The forest around you is familiar yet transformed. The trees seem taller, their bark inscribed with symbols that shift and change when you're not looking directly at them. Flowers that only bloom at night have opened along the path's edge, their petals luminescent in shades of blue and silver dot. As you walk deeper into this transformed forest, you begin to hear music. Not quite melody, not quite rhythm, but something that encompasses both and neither. It's the sound of wind through leaves, if wind could sing. The sound of water over stones, if water could remember every place it's been. From any one direction, but seems to rise from the earth itself, from the trees, from the very air around you. You've been walking for what feels like hours, or perhaps minutes, when the path begins to climb. It's a gentle incline, easy to manage, as if the path wants you to continue, wants you to reach whatever lies ahead. As you crest the hill, the forest opens into a clearing, and what you see takes your breath away completely. The hidden temple of dreams stands before you, but it's nothing like the ancient ruins you might have imagined. This temple seems to exist partially in this world and partially in another. Its walls shifting between solid stone and translucent crystal, between ancient and eternal. The architecture defies understanding, with curves that shouldn't exist, and angles that please the eye, even as they confuse the mind. Symbols cover every surface, some glowing gold, others silver, and still others in colors that you have no names for, but that speak directly to your soul. The entrance is an archway filled with what looks like liquid starlight. A veil between worlds that ripples and flows. As you approach, you see your reflection in this liquid light, but it's not quite you. It's you as you could be, you as you truly are, beneath all the layers of doubt and fear and everyday worry. It's the you that exists in your dreams, the you that you glimpse sometimes in moments of perfect happiness or profound peace. A figure emerges from the temple, stepping through the veil of light as easily as walking through a doorway. Catches because this person seems incredibly familiar, though you're certain you've never met. They're dressed in robes that seem to be woven from twilight itself, shifting between deep purple and midnight blue, with threads of starlight running through the fabric. Their face is kind, with eyes that hold the wisdom of ages and the warmth of a best friend. "I've been waiting for you," they say, and their voice is like coming home after a long journey. We all have. Before you can ask who we are, they gesture for you to follow them through the veil. You hesitate for just a moment, and they smile with such understanding, such patience, that your fear melts away. "I know it seems impossible," they say, "but the impossible is just another word for forgotten. You've been here before, in dreams you don't remember having." You step through the veil together, and the sensation is like diving into warm honey-made of light. Every cell in your body tingles with recognition, with remembering, with coming home. On the other side, you find yourself in a vast chamber that defies physical laws. The ceiling stretches impossibly high, painted with living constellations that wheel and turn in their eternal dance. The walls are covered with murals that move and breathe, showing scenes of countless lives, countless stories. all interconnected in a web of light and meaning. But it's the center of the chamber that draws your attention. There's a pool of water that contains not reflections, but memories, dreams, and possibilities. Around this pool sit others, perhaps a dozen souls, all in various states of meditation or contemplation. As you enter, they look up, and every face breaks into a smile of recognition and welcome. "You're here," one of them says, an elderly woman, with silver hair that seems to contain actual starlight. "We've been sharing stories, waiting for you to add yours." Your guide leads you to a cushion by the pool, and as you sit, you realize these aren't strangers. Not really. These are the souls you've been connected to across time and space. The ones who understand without explanation, who know without being told. You've been searching for them your whole life without knowing it. And now, finally, you're together. Every soul has a story, your guide explains, settling beside you with fluid grace. And every story is a thread in the great tapestry of existence. Here in the temple of dreams, we share these stories, we weave them together, and in doing so, we heal not just ourselves, but the very fabric of reality. The elderly woman leans forward, her eyes twinkling with warmth. "Would you like to hear mine first? It might help you understand why you're here. Why tonight of all nights, the path appeared. For you, you nod, settling deeper into your cushion, which seems to adjust itself perfectly to support your body. The woman begins to speak, and her voice carries the weight of years and the lightness of joy discovered. "I was once like you," she begins, "lost in a world that seemed too harsh, too lonely, too difficult to navigate alone. I had achieved everything I was supposed to achieve, checked every box society said would make me happy, but inside, I felt empty. I felt like I was speaking a language no one else understood, dreaming dreams no one else could see. The isolation was the hardest part, feeling like I was the only one who saw the world the way I did, who felt things so deeply it sometimes hurt to breathe." Her words resonate in your chest like a bell being struck, because she's describing exactly how you felt for so long. She continues, "One night, when the loneliness was almost too much to bear, I found the path just as you did. And here, in this temple, I discovered the truth. We're never alone. We've never been alone. There are others who speak our language, who dream our dreams, who feel with the same intensity. We just get separated in the physical world, scattered like seeds on the wind. But here, in this space between dreams and waking, we can always find each other again." A younger man across the pool speaks up, his voice gentle and warm. "I found the temple when I was at my lowest," he shares. "I had lost someone dear to me, and the grief was so heavy, I couldn't imagine ever feeling light again. But here I learned that love doesn't die. It transforms, it transcends, it becomes part of the very fabric of the universe. The person I lost, I found them here, not as they were, but as they always are, in the eternal moment that exists beyond time. You feel tears on your cheeks, though you're not sad. These are tears of recognition, of relief, of finally understanding something fundamental about existence. Your guide places a gentle hand on your shoulder, and warmth spreads from that touch. Throughout your entire being, tell us your story, they encourage softly. What brought you to that cottage at the edge of town? And so you begin to speak, surprised at how easily the words flow. You tell them about the emptiness that drove you from the city, the sense that you were meant for something more, but not knowing what. You tell them about the nights you've stood under the stars, feeling so small and yet so connected to something vast and unknowable. You tell them about the dreams you've had since childhood, dreams of flying, of speaking without words, of touching the fabric of reality itself and watching it respond. As you speak, the pool in the center begins to show images, your memories and dreams made visible in the starry water. The others watch with understanding, with recognition, nodding at moments that resonate with their own experiences. You realize that your story, unique as it is also universal. The details differ, but the heart of it, the search for meaning, for connection, for purpose, is the same thread that runs through every soul's journey. When you finish, there's a moment of perfect silence, not empty, but full of understanding and acceptance. Then the elderly woman speaks again. Do you see now? You were never broken. You were never wrong. You were just a dreamer in a world that had forgotten how to dream. But dreamers always find each other, always find their way home. Your guide stands and walks to the pool, kneeling at its edge. They cup some of the starry water in their hands and bring it to you. Drink, they say. This is the water of remembering. It won't give you new knowledge, but it will help you remember what your soul has always known. You take the water and drink, and it tastes like liquid moonlight, cool and bright and alive. As it flows through you, you feel something shifting, unlocking, opening. Memories that aren't quite memories surface in your mind. You see yourself in other times, other places, but always searching, always reaching for the same light. You see the threads that connect you to every soul in this chamber and to countless others throughout time and space. You understand now that loneliness is just forgetting, and connection is just remembering. The night deepens around the temple, and one by one, the others begin to share more stories. There's a man who speaks of finding beauty in the broken places, of learning that scars are just proof of healing. A young woman tells of discovering her gift for hearing the songs that plants sing, a gift that made her feel crazy until she found others who heard them too. A child, wise beyond their years, speaks of remembering past lives and the confusion of carrying so much history in such a small body, until they learned here that age is just a costume the soul wears. Each story weaves into the next, creating a tapestry of human experience that is both heartbreaking and beautiful. You realize that everyone here has felt lost at some point. Everyone has questioned their place in the world. Everyone has longed for something they couldn't name. But here, in this temple that exists between worlds, those longings are answered. Those questions find peace as the night progresses. Your guide teaches you about the true nature of the temple. This place, they explain, exists in the space between heartbeats, in the pause between breaths, in the moment between sleep and waking. It's always here, always available, but most people move too fast to notice the doorway. You found it because you slowed down, because you paid attention, because you were brave enough to follow a light that shouldn't exist. They show you how the temple is alive, how it responds to the needs of those who find it. The murals on the walls shift to show you what you need to see. Sometimes they display possible futures, paths you might take. Sometimes they show the past, helping you understand how you got to where you are. And sometimes they show the present as it really is, stripped of fear and doubt, revealing the beauty that always exists beneath the surface of things. But the most important thing about the temple, your guide continues, is that once you've been here, you carry a piece of it with you always. You'll return to your cottage, to your life, but you'll never really leave. And you'll start to recognize others who have been here. You'll see it in their eyes, a certain light, a certain knowing. You'll find each other in coffee shops and libraries, in parks and train stations. The lonely dreamers of the world, finally understanding that they're part invisible community. The elderly woman adds, and on the hardest nights, when the world feels too heavy again, you'll be able to close your eyes and return here. Not always physically, but in spirit, in dream, in that space between spaces where we all meet. As if responding to her words, the temple begins to hum, a deep, resonant sound that you feel in your bones. It's the sound of the universe breathing, the sound of stars being born, the sound of every heart that has ever loved. The sound wraps around you like the warmest embrace, and you realize you're becoming sleepy, the kind of deep peaceful sleepiness that comes from being completely safe, completely understood, completely home. Your guide helps you to a different area of the temple, a chamber filled with the softest beds you've ever seen. Each one crafted from clouds and starlight and the feeling of Saturday morning when you were a child with nothing to do but dream. Rest now, they say. Your body needs sleep, but your soul will continue learning, continue connecting. When you wake, you'll remember what you need to remember, and the rest will settle into your bones, into your cells, becoming part of who you are. You lie down on one of these impossible beds, and it adjusts to hold you perfectly, supporting every part of you that needs support. Soft. Everywhere you need softness. The others from the pool have followed, and they arrange themselves on nearby beds, close enough that you can feel their presence, their warmth, their shared humanity. You're not alone. You'll never be alone again. Not really. Not in the way that matters. The elderly woman is on the bed next to yours, and she reaches over to hold your hand. Her touch is warm and papery, soft, like holding hands with kindness itself. Sleep well, dear one, she whispers. And remember, every morning is a chance to bring the magic of this place into the waking world. Every act of kindness, every moment of genuine connection, every time you choose love over fear. You're building bridges between this temple and the world that needs its medicine. The young man who spoke of grief is on your other side, and he hums softly a melody that seems familiar, though you've never heard it before. It's the song of coming home, of finding peace, of discovering that even in loss, love remains. Others join in, humming harmonies that weave together like golden threads, creating a blanket of sound that covers you in comfort. Your guide stands at the foot of your bed, and in the soft light of the temple, they seem to shimmer, to be both solid and ethereal, both ancient and eternal. Before you sleep, they say, I want to tell you one more thing. The question is, do I matter? Does my life, my pain, my joy, my dreams, do they matter in the vast scope of existence? They pause, and the entire temple seems to hold its breath, and the answer is yes, unequivocally, absolutely, eternally, yes. You matter because you exist. You matter because you feel. You matter because you're part of the great conversation between the universe and itself. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every dream you dream adds to the sum total of what it means to be alive, to be conscious, to be. You are not an accident. You are not alone. You are not insignificant. You are a vital note in the symphony of existence, and Without you, the music would be incomplete. These words sink into you like rain into thirsty earth, filling spaces you didn't know were empty, healing wounds you didn't know you carried. You feel yourself relaxing even more deeply, your body becoming heavy with the weight of this truth, this acceptance, this unconditional belonging. The temple dims its lights gradually, like the slow fade of sunset, and the ceiling becomes transparent, revealing a sky full of more stars than you've ever imagined possible. But these aren't just stars, you realize. Each one is a soul, a dreamer, a seeker who has found their way to truth and light. And now you're one of them, your light joining theirs in the vast tapestry of existence. The humming continues, softer now, like a lullaby sung by the universe itself. You feel yourself drifting, floating, sinking into sleep. It's the sleep of someone who has finally found their place, their people, their purpose. It's the sleep of someone who knows they'll wake up different, better, more themselves than they've ever been. In this state between waking and sleeping, you're aware of the others around you. They're breathing, synchronizing with yours, creating a rhythm of shared peace. You're aware of your guide keeping watch, a guardian ensuring your journey through dreams will be safe and healing. You're aware of the temple itself, alive and conscious, holding you all in its ancient embrace. Images begin to flow through your mind. Not quite dreams yet, but the preview of dreams to come. You see yourself back in your cottage, but it's different. Now, the walls seem thinner, the veil between worlds more transparent. You see yourself meeting someone in the town's small coffee shop, recognizing the light in their eyes, the shared understanding that needs no words. You see yourself walking in the forest, finding small magics that were always there, but that you can now perceive. You see yourself writing, painting, creating, channeling the beauty of the temple into forms that others can experience. You see yourself on difficult days too, days when the old loneliness tries to creep back in. But now you have tools, memories, connections. You can close your eyes and feel the hands of your temple family holding yours across space and time. You can remember the truth your guide spoke, that you matter, that you belong, that you're part of something magnificent and eternal. The last thing you're consciously aware of before deep sleep claims you is a whisper, though you're not sure if it comes from your guide, from the temple, or from your own soul, finally free to speak its truth. Welcome home, beloved. You've been searching for so long, and now you've found it. Not a place, but a state of being. Not a destination, but a recognition. You are loved. You are needed. you are home. And with that, you surrender completely to sleep. Deep and healing sleep, carried by the humming of your soul family. Held by the temple of dreams, watched over by guides and guardians who have been waiting for you since before you were born. Your body rests, repairing and restoring itself. Your mind sorts through the experiences of the day and the revelations of the night, keeping what serves you, releasing what doesn't. Your spirit soars free, dancing with the stars, remembering its true nature, its infinite connections, its eternal home. The temple continues its quiet work through the night, weaving healing into your cells, peace into your thoughts, hope into your heart. The others sleep around you, their presence a constant reminder that you're not alone, that you never were, that you never will be again. The soft light of the temple pulses gently, in rhythm with your heartbeats, with the heartbeat of existence itself. Hours pass, or perhaps minutes, or perhaps time has no meaning here. You dream of flying over landscapes of impossible beauty. You dream of conversations without words, understanding flowing directly from soul to soul. You dream of creating things that make the world brighter, of healing wounds you didn't know you could heal, of loving with a fullness you didn't know was possible. And through it all, the temple holds you, cradles you, reminds you with every breath that this is real. This connection, this belonging, this love, it's more real than the loneliness ever was. It's more real than the fear. It's the deepest truth of existence that we are all connected, all worthy, all going home together. As dawn approaches in the world outside, the temple begins to sing a different song, a song of gentle awakening, of return, of carrying the light back into the world that needs it. But there's no rush, no urgency. You can rest as long as you need. You can stay in this space of perfect peace until your body and soul are fully restored. When you do finally wake, whether in minutes or hours, you'll remember what you need to remember. The cottage will still be there, the town, the forest, your daily life, but you'll see it all differently. You'll see the magic that was always there. You'll recognize the other dreamers walking among you. You'll know that the temple of dreams is always just a heartbeat away, always available when you need to remember who you really are. For now, though, just rest. Let the temple's ancient wisdom seep into your bones. Let the love of your soul family wrap around you like the softest blanket. Let the truth of your belonging settle into the deepest parts of your being. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. Sleep now, dear dreamer. Sleep and heal. Sleep and remember. Sleep and become who you've always been, but forgot in the harsh light of day. The temple watches over you. Your guide protects you. Your soul family surrounds you with love. And when morning comes, you awake not just rested, but transformed. The humming continues, softer than breath, deeper than silence. The starlight dances slowly above you, each star a promise, a connection, a reminder. Your breathing is deep and even. Your heart beats in perfect rhythm. Your soul rests in perfect peace. This is the hidden temple of dreams, and you have found your way home. Sleep now, beloved dreamer. Sleep and know that you are never, ever alone. The magic you found tonight will stay with you always. A light in the darkness, a warmth in the cold, a hand reaching out when you need it most. Sleep deeply, dream beautifully, rest completely. You are held, you are treasured, you are home.